Alright, hi everybody, welcome to the latest in the What I'm Playing series. This week we are playing our similar factions, well, same factions that we played last week, but this time we're going with budget supplies. So we have a couple more limited cards in here than last week, but we're still all standard and limited. And we're trying to exploit kind of a three-card combo here, actually all from the British, but the Soviets are really good at using this combo. So we have naval support, supply drop, and also the 26 Engineers Regiment. So we're trying to get our big defensive or just good units in general on the battlefield, pumping up their defense, either using the defense they already have or pumping it up a little bit more and then dropping naval supports on them. Soviets are really good at this because they have great removal orders with Bloody Sickle from the people, but then they also have 84 Infantry Regiment, 84th Infantry Regiment, and then the Yak 3 as well. So either of these getting strapped up with a naval support is super good. Then you have your great tanks, your T-34 package, and then the T-34-85. So if you can get a T-34-85 with a supply drop on it, that thing can be really difficult for opposing decks to deal with. But just any defense is good. I've found like supply drop can sometimes it's a bad top deck if you don't have control of the game already, or you don't have something that you can put onto or put a supply drop onto. It can be a really bad top deck. So I only have the one of in here. Instead, we went with some 26 engineer regiments. Then Desert Rats, Bloody Sickle for our kind of our low end removal, and then Katusha, just a really good artillery unit, especially if you can get some maybe 26 engineer regiments and a naval support on it as well, or maybe you want to be aggressive with your 84th Infantry Regiment. So I guess what I'm trying to get at here is we kind of have some general strategy in this deck, but this deck is very tactical. It adapts to the game that it's in pretty well, because the Soviets are A, pretty good at that, but then B, this naval support, supply drop, 26 engineer, this kind of combo, it hits everything. So like a Katusha benefits from this, a 84th or a Yak 3 benefit from the engineers, the T-34s benefit from the engineers, and then maybe the naval support should go on a T-34 in the late game, or it goes on an early 84 infantry regiment. So you have to be very tactical and make good decisions with this deck. That's where it really excels, in that it gives you a lot of flexibility that you can make those decisions throughout the game. So that's the deck we're playing this week on What I'm Playing. If you like our content, please consider supporting it on Patreon, patreon.com/kardspodcast, or stopping by for a stream on Monday evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Your local time may vary, and that's twitch.tv/kardspodcast. So let's get to it. All right, so first competitor up here is Dare Wolf. I think we've played Dare Wolf before. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. We can drop this T-34 on curve. That'll hopefully help us catch up on cards a little bit. And they're playing Tripoli, so hopefully they're not playing anything too aggressive. Germans can be pretty aggressive, though. But we got a Bloody Sickle, we got a From the People, and we got a early guard unit here. This thing's really 84 infantry guard is really good, or regiment, excuse me, really good at chewing up blitz decks, uh, infantry decks, all kinds of stuff. All right, so I think we're going to use our Bloody Sickles to take out this Fall Grenadiers here. Make sure all of our settings are right. Yep, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, let's take out the Fallschirmjäger. Alright, we have all kinds of T-34s coming up here, so we might as well get our 84th out there. Maybe it can chew up a removal order or two, and then make our opponent a little bit desperate against these T-34s. Alright, Stug is a pain. Alright, Stug is a pain, but what we can do is we can pin the Stug for now. And let's drop a Yak 3 out there. So this is kind of our tactical part of the game coming up here. That Stug could be a problem. and a bonus Stug to go with it. So we're going to probably, yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take these Stugs out first, because they can kind of negate the advantage that we get out of our T-34s. So let's take out the first Stug, and then we're going to drop another Yak 3 out there. It makes this Yak a little vulnerable, but if it takes a whack, then we can take out the Stug next turn with either a From the People or another Yak attack. Alright, Churchill for our opponent, and we get another T-34, so we have all of our T-34s, so we just got to be careful with those. The Stug's being protected by the Churchill. So what I think we're going to do here is we're just going to drop a T-34 onto the battlefield. Make them deal with that. Put it underneath the guard of the infantry regiment. Then even if the Stug comes in, it has to go through the 84th to do any real damage. Alright, Wolfpack takes out our From the People. That kind of stinks. Our turn, huh? Alright, well here's what we can do. We can move up our infantry regiment and our T-34. And we get an attack in at the Churchill. And then we can buzz the Churchill. And kind of force our opponent to do something here a little bit. The Stug still can't get to our T-34. It has to go after our infantry regiment. So that negates the Stug's ability a little bit, and our infantry regiment's still kicking. Alright, Volk's Grenadier for our opponent, and another Yak 3. Okay. Alright, well, let's see. We could take out the Churchill, which I think we will do. We'll take out the Churchill. And we'll get another T-34 out there. And let's attack the opponent's HQ. Get at least a ping in at it. So, the Stug can take out both of our units here. But they go with carpet bombing instead. So they get a, wow, they get a 4-for-1 on us on that one. Good job by our opponent. And then they can take out this other T-34. Alright, we get a From the People though. That's going to help. So good play, very good play by our opponent there. Alright, but we can fight back. We can fight back for sure. Let's attack the opponent's HQ and drop a Yak 3 out there. We'd love to see a naval support to make this Yak 3 a little more dangerous. Alright, Sky Barons for our opponent. Don't see a lot of Sky Barons out there. Alright, so now we're starting to get into the danger zone here. We're a little low on card draw. And our opponent's got a grip. They made a nice play with that carpet bombing. And the naval support coming a little bit too late. That Sky Barons really rained on our parade. Alright, let's go double T-34 out here. Eagle's Claws, okay. Alright, so let's see what our opponent's going to do. They're going to move up their infantry. Makes sense. Alright. See if they're going to attack with this Henschel as well. They will. Alright, but we can take out both of these up here. And then hopefully maybe we get an engineer regiment off the top. That'd be great. Alright, 84th. Okay, 84th isn't bad. Then let's take out the stronger of the two that we're up against. Actually, we might as well just take them both out, right? Because the Henschel can't touch us by itself. The Henschel needs help. So, let's see what our opponent's got going on here. Alright, Tactical Strike will draw us a card. Alright, Engineer Regiment is a little late to the party, but Sudden Strike, okay. Good play by our opponent here. They got all the removal. That Sky Barons, though, that really hurt us. Not a lot of Sky Barons around these days. Alright. Well, this Engineer Regiment might help us turn the tide here a little bit. So it seems like our opponent doesn't have any other removal that they want to push at this, and we get a really good top deck with a supply drop. So this is going to make this T-34 very dangerous for our opponent. Let's drop an Engineer Regiment out there as well. And let's take out their bomber. Yeah, we might as well take out their bomber just to get the battlefield nice and clear for us. Next turn we can naval support onto our T-34, and hopefully that'll put a 2-turn clock on our opponent. All right, so they naval power, so that's fine. We get a healed up T-34 back on the battlefield. Ooh, and they have a Tiger. Yikes. All right, so we got to drop our T-34 out there. We're going to move up our engineers. We're going to put the Tiger back in their hand, and hopefully that'll be enough tempo to get us through here. Katusha and hit their HQ. So we got to believe in the heart of the cards here. Got to believe. All right, another convoy for our opponent. Another carpet bombing. Jeez Louise. We got through both carpet bombings though. And we kept that Tiger off the battlefield again, and we get another naval power, so when they put that Tiger back down, hopefully we can put it back in their hand. If our T-34 can just stay strong here. We have plenty more T-34s coming though. We still have all of our 1942s, which will be great. Great, hopefully that Tiger's their only play. Alright, and a Stug, shoot. Alright, infantry regiment's okay. We're going to hit the HQ, and we're going to put the Tiger back in their hand again. Alright, so the Stug's going to take out our T-34, which stinks. But we do take out the Stug. Alright, and you have to imagine the Tiger's coming back. So we might come up just short. Okay, a Stuka and a precision bombing. Okay, looks like we're going to come up just short in this one. Unless we can get a couple of T-34s off the top. Alright, interesting decision we got to make here. If we go after the opponent's HQ, then we get them in T-34 range. But I think we got to go after the Stuka, because it's just going to take out the KD anyway. So we got to get lucky with a roll here. And we do. Alright, so we take out the Stuka, so get a little lucky there. Now we can win with a T-34 off the top. Tactical strike. Okay, we can't win with a T-34 off the top. Good game here. Those 2 carpet bombings and a Sky Barons by our opponent. And we get another naval support. So I think that's going to cook our goose, though. We don't have any more naval powers to take out the Tiger. And they have artillery behind it, too. Engineer Regiment is not going to get the job done. So we're going to come up just short in this one. That's disappointing there. That's disappointing. Alright, and a Comet. Yep, opponent's got this one. Alright, a little fancy play by our opponent there, but... Alright, just attack with the... Okay, or you could just attack with the Tiger and end the game, and... Yeah, well, a little frustrating there at the end. Didn't come together exactly how we wanted, but we were in it. We were in it for sure. We just didn't come together for us. Alright, so our next one up here on the budget play this week up against Jace, and they're usually playing USA, so they are. So, okay, for some reason the clock came down. Don't know why, but... let's throw all those back, see what we get. Alright, removal's good. Another T-34, so that's good. Alright, they got Greyhound. Okay. We don't really care about a Greyhound, but it can be irritating because it can take out our Arcades. So let's just keep pinging that Greyhound. Alright, now we can just hit it with Katyusha. Take it out and see if they have anything. Okay, gunship mission. Alright, good play by our opponent. Alright, now we just got a bunch of removal and then we're working up to our T-34. So we'll pass the turn back here. Alright, okay. Well, let's fire off an Arctic convoy. Sure. Get a couple more cards in our hand. See what else Jace has over there. Okay. Put our T-34 out there. Let's see if they have anything for that. The one thing about playing against the Americans, though, is they have lots of big bombers, and big bombers are tough for us to deal with. Okay. Well, I think we just want to put... No, I don't even think we want to put that back in their hand. We really don't care about that all that much. How do we want to do this? I think we're going to use our hammer because we have an opportunity to use it. And otherwise it can sometimes be a dead card in our hand. And I think we're going to move and take the front line and pass it back here. Alright, Death from Above is a good anti-T-34 target. But a Katyusha, an Engineers, and a Naval Support, sure. We'll put those three together and start getting some attacks in. Hopefully they don't have too much targeted removal here. Americans don't usually... Alright, they got it from the people, so they're playing with the Soviets, so... That might have been a little too aggressive. Alright, Bloody Sickle. And a War Bonds, okay. Alright, let's move our Engineers up. Let's get a Yak 3 out there. Let's put an 84th out there too. Might have been a little aggressive with that Katie play there. Alright, half track puts the plane back in hand. Katie of their own. Alright, more War Bonds. Alright, so let's take out the Katie. Let's move forward. Let's put the Yak down. And we'll pass a turn. So we want to see our big tanks now. Alright, so opponent's got a T-34 of their own. Okay, that's a problem. Alright, a half track. Okay, so they take the front line. Alright, we'd really love to see our own T-34 here. Okay, instead we get a Bloody Sickle. Okay, let's take out the half track. Alright, then there's our T-34, so that's good. Let's go T-34. And, I think we want the tempo here, actually. Alright, let's put their T-34 back in hand. And take out their M16. Let's do that. Alright, so let's see if that works to our advantage here. Alright, T-34 back in action. More War Bonds. So taking advantage of the new rules for War Bonds. Alright, Bloody Sickle against our T-34. Okay. Alright, see what else they got going over there. Looks like they have one more play. Maybe not. Okay. And a Naval Support. That's interesting. Alright, let's take the front line and let's hit their HQ. Start with that. Then I think we're gonna do. I think we're just gonna get more tempo. Put the T-34 back in their hand again. Buzz their HQ, and then next turn we can go with a naval support and a supply drop and a naval support to win the game, or just a naval support if we need it. All right, gunship mission against our Yak. Katusha goes against our Yak. Okay. All right, big fella's gonna eat something, but that is the end of their turn. And can we win the game here? I think we can. Let's see. It'd be 5, 7, 9, and then 11, 12. Yeah, we win. We just gotta steal this one. Let's just steal it. All right, so hit up their HQ, naval support, and win the game. Sorry, Jace, but we got the top deck that we needed there. And victory. So you can see kind of the tactics of this one, how each little decision really added up to us winning that game. Alright, man, no rest for the wicked here. We're playing against Vabader here, who I believe is in the top 10 right now. So, might be another 1 and 2 week, especially since we're playing budget, but we'll see what we can do. We'll give it the good old-fashioned college try. Throw 2 back. So, we'll see what Verbader's got up against us here. See if he sent me a budget list, too, that he's been trying to work on lately. So, I wonder if he's on a version of that. Let's see. So 6 credits on turn 3. Alright, Convoy. And a Panzer 38T. Okay. Let's drop a infantry regiment here. 84th. He caught up on the KARDS though, for sure. Alright. Air Blitz. Alright, interesting. Alright, let's get I'm thinking there's a Panzer IV F2 in our near future here. So how are we going to deal with that is the question. Let's go with a Yak 3. Let's take the front line. So our T-34s are going to have to get some work done here. Alright, and a Lightning for our opponent. Okay. Alright, let's Bloody Sickle the Panzer. Oh, and a supply drop, huh? Okay. Let's see. I think we'll go with a 84th though, and we'll attack the enemy HQ. Because, like I said, a Panzer IV F2 is probably in our future here. We don't want to drop that T-34 and just have it dumped back in our hand. So, well, looks like he's on some kind of, maybe a burn of some kind build. Alright, well, let's see. We don't want to... These all have really good deployment effects, so maybe he's just on like a deployment value deck too. Alright, let's go with the Katie to start. Let's take out that Panzer. Then let's pin the artillery. And let's get a engineer regiment out there, just to make all our stuff that much tougher. We're already down to 12 though. I mean, he hasn't really gotten any solid attacks in at us. He's just playing, you know, kind of direct damage. You know, it might be some kind of German-British burn. Might see some daylight bombings here in the future. Alright, see more artillery. Alright, well, we gotta start putting some stuff in hand for our opponent. So I think we're gonna put the Ardo back in their hand, because it's kind of the least threatening of all the stuff they have out there. We're gonna pick off this artillery. Alright, well, we get a Katie too, huh? We have nowhere to put it just yet. nowhere to put anything really. So this artillery is going to start hitting us, and that's bad. But we can take it out next turn here. So kind of a limited turn for us there. That Monty really messed up our tempo. We're in it though. We're in it still. Got our T-34s coming in a little bit. You never know with Vibator. He's a crazy man over there. He's got all kinds of crazy stuff. So the Arado again. Draw a card. Well, draw an order. Alright, Panzer takes out Arcady. And they're going after our HQ, as expected. Alright, let's move these engineers up and out of the way. Katusha, and then a Yak 3 attack. Let's move up these infantry. And, oh, I counted wrong. Stupid. Oh, I counted wrong. Oh, no. Oh, that was so dumb. Oh, big punt there. Yep. Yeah, shouldn't have done that. Air blitz. Air blitz. Oh. Oh, shoot. That was so dumb. Oh, well. So they're on, he's on some kind of British-German burn deck over there. We might make something like that in the future, but I think this deck's a little bit better than what we had out there. Probably could benefit from maybe another T-34, but yeah, not the best result this week. A little disappointing. I think there's a little bit more play to this deck than we actually got to showcase here. So there might be some more testing that could be done with our supply drop plan. But that's going to do it for our what I'm playing this week. If you like our content, please consider supporting it on Patreon or over on twitch.tv/Cards Podcast. And thanks for hanging out, guys. And we will see you with another one next week.